Hey, Sora, say something?
Ah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Did it go to the right one, or is it doing it on the wrong one? It's doing it on the right one. Let's fucking go. Cool. That gets that going. That. Alright. Sora!
Sega.
What did you call me?
Sega.
Do you know who I am?
Yep.
Do you, though?
Yeah.
I feel like you're lying to me! Hey, let me... are you cool with this map, I guess?
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna be in the Chi-Nu? You know what? I'll join you in the Chi-Nu. We'll have a Chi-Nu battle.
Nice.
I went to the wrong school for the Chi-Nu. Oh, wait. You know what I like about our Chi-Nus?
They're almost the same, except yours is Hosumi and mine is Tamada.
That's what makes this worth it. Alright, let me get my Dream Tank Match playlist going because I can't tank without tankery.
Of course.
Are I not started on this? Okay. Alright, there we go. I think that's everything else set up. I don't think anything's showing up on my end. Oh, what's that one website? Fuck. Oh god. Sorry, give me a second, Sora. I'm like multitasking as one does on a casual Sunday afternoon. Not that. You got it, boss.
I have audio on, but I don't want to be distracting.
I forget what this is. Holy shit. Hold on. What's that? I gotta update these fucking things. They're all so outdated with their thing. Why is this not working? Hello? Oh, my bad. I just saw your comment. My bad, bro. Yeah, we just did this on a fluke, so. It was just kind of like, shit. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's not working. Alright, we'll just do it this way. It'll just be what it is. Alright. Doobie doobie doo. Alright, Sora, buddy, old pal, old friend, amigo. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta adjust your volume. Probably. That way I can actually hear you. I have you really low, just in general, but now I can't hear you because I'm listening to stuff too. There we go. I keep everyone really low these days because everyone is very unpredictable and starts yelling at random points.
That's understandable.
I hope so. One might argue that's not the case. So, oh, let me actually do a. Hold on. Everyone is very unpredictable and starts yelling at random points.
That's understandable.
Okay, see, no. That needs to be raised, and then mine needs to go down just a wee bit. Alright, we'll try that. Right way. Let's see how that sounds. That needs to be raised, and then mine needs to go down just a wee bit. Alright, we'll try that. Cool, that's fine. I can live with that. Alright. This is very awkward, but not for me. For you.
Indeed.
You're not stuck with me, I'm stuck. Or no, wait, I mean, I'm sorry, you're not stuck with. I botched the quote, don't worry about it. No. Woohoo!
Oh god.
Holy shit, what the fuck did you just do? Damn, Sora.
You like my acrobatic skills? I've been practicing.
It was pretty neat. I gotta remember
I'm
to.
practicing tank acrobatics.
Oh my god. What's up, yo?
It's like that scene out of Death Finale 4 where the Chinu just rolls down the hill. It just like sits there and just rolls down a whole fucking mountain.
Very true. Very, very swag money. Hold on, I was not paying attention. Oh god. Oh, now it works. That thing I was trying to get to work. I gotta remember when we play these games, I gotta make clips and stuff so I can just like have them for later. You don't want to do this, Sora. You don't want to do this, Sora. Ooh. Do we just have the same Chinu, by the way? I'm gonna go to your spawn real quick. I just want to see if we did the exact same build.
Probably not.
No, look at you have the same Boko sticker as I do. Oh, but I have the Chiaton logo. You have the other Boko logo. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I back? No, hold on. I was about to back away with my back exposed to you. How crazy would that have been?
Never turn your back to the enemy. It's not the Chiaton spirit.
It's not the Chiaton spirit. Yeah, that's. Yep. Okay. Oh, holy shit.
Ow.
I don't have the better, like, bullets things, so I don't know how.
I have normal armor, so I really don't know.
I'm using the add-on armor, but that's about the only difference. I'm gonna give you some ground so you can get back up.
Oh, how kind of you. Thank you.
Yes, we're very polite, very generous in Japan. In Chiaton, I mean. Dozo, dozo.
Hi.
Oh. Look at this is a real skill. No Y button. No aimbot. No Pepsis. I don't know why Pepsis are in this. No! Oh fuck. Oh shit! I don't know why I went forward instead of backwards. Oh! Well, that's unfortunate for you. Bonk. What? Okay. Oh, Jesus. You still got a shot on me after you died. Damn. That's one thing about this game that Well, a few games kind of do that. Like, you got, like, your shot went off and hit somebody, but you died. So it does the stupid thing of, like, oh, it doesn't register.
You in War Thunder, especially.
Yeah, like, I'm all about
And
double
when
kills.
you die, your round usually just ceases to exist. So you only usually trade. Not always, but you usually only trade when your round hits the other person at almost exactly the same time.
Yeah, see, it should never be like that. Like, I'm a big fan of, like, if you did a dangerous maneuver to kill me, it should be able to kill you. Like, there should be risk to your, like, ballsy moves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello.
Howdy.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
I like the Chinu, I'm not gonna lie. This is a very fun tank to play in this game.
It's a very medium tank. That's what I
It's a very medium tank. Attack the D point.
It's very middle ground. It's similar to the Panzer III in some respect.
That's not saying a lot, but oh. I would like to point out though, this is a fun tank to play in a 1v1 scenario. It is not, however, probably that feasible in a giant match with a lot of different people.
I mean, it depends on the map, really.
Okay, let me correct myself. In a giant map with all the people we play with.
Yeah.
Because the
on a
maps
map
never
like
matter.
This, with the people we play with, this would not be a great option. But for 1v1ing, or in an area where you're not surrounded and aimed at by 5 people at once, it's great.
The tank's power's there. Like, it feels good, drives good. Like one of the big reasons I stopped playing the Tiger 2, despite the fact that it's my favorite tank in this game, is just because of its vulnerability against other players. Like, it is so easy to get that thing stuck somewhere. Like, its job is literally to sit, and it sucks. Right. Or not even sit, because like it's slow to move. It's very bad at going up hills, and its turret doesn't go all the way down. So I'm stuck, like, basically having to aim at a medium distance from people. And for what it offers, it's still weak. Like, it's very easy to take down a Tiger 2 with most other tanks.
You know something interesting I've found?
Yo, what's up?
Is that in this game, when you're not standing still, it's actually usually better for drift shots to not be target locked, because you can more precisely control your gun, whereas when you're target locked, it'll keep moving while you're moving.
Yes.
And it's less easy to predict where the shot's going to go when you're not aimed in exact... Oh.
So I know I throw a lot of jabs at, I throw a lot of jabs at people who use the auto lock, and I hate it. Don't get me wrong. I think it is the stupidest thing to be added to this game because it takes away any kind of, like... Most of the time, as a tank, your job is to sit, stare, fire. But it gets rid of that because it's like, you could be in the bushes, but, you're locked on, and then there's nothing you can do. And most tanks don't listen to the armor, right? Like, the T28 pierces through almost anything, right? So an auto lock plus T28 is just, it's not fun to play the game. However, my biggest issue with the Y button has always been that when you lock on, it's going for the center of the tank, right? So when you're doing a drift shot, it's always moving to the point where you're not going to actually shoot the enemy tank while auto lock most of the time, unless you're really lucky. So with manual, I know it's almost like when you fly a plane. You're shooting ahead of the plane because you know that the bullets are traveling backwards, right? The bullets are not faster than the way that you and the other plane are moving, plus the air. So it's the same with the tank. You're moving at the same time as the other tank, so you have to adjust your barrel to fire where the tank is going to end up by the time the bullet lands there. Or I guess the round, sorry. We were thinking about planes now. But yeah, so that's part of my issue with using it in any kind of drift scenario too, is it's just manually pointing forward, just as someone who played with planes and tanks before, it's like in my head already, so it feels like I'm not actually going to get the results I want because of that.
I think one thing I'm not a fan of in this game, I don't know if it's lag or if it's just
You talking about
game
the host advantage with the internet?
Well, no, actually. I was going to talk about how, have you ever paid close attention to, like, when you're drifting, your gun, like, goes back and forth. It doesn't, like, drift with your tank. There's, like, gaps in the aiming. It's hard to describe, but it's not a smooth turn. It kind of...
A lot of that, I feel like...
I don't know if that's accuracy or like, what stat that is.
Well, I feel like a lot of it comes down to your...
It still, like, messes around.
Sure.
And maybe that's a camera setting? I don't know.
Well, like I was going to say, part of me, I feel like it comes down to joystick. Because we're using a joystick and our thumbs are the barrel. Playing with the mouse and keyboard, I think, is a privilege for a lot of people. So when you go to play with a controller, everything feels slower and less, like, in your control, right?
Right.
And I think that has a lot to do with your aiming issues and all that in the jittering, because again, with the controller, right, it's going, like, yeah, I'm holding right and I can spin right, but if I want to go, like, down, like, say I want to go down at an angle, right, it does this thing where it goes sideways, then it goes down, and it just, like, jitters. So it's an inherent flaw with the joystick, in my opinion.
I'll follow you.
Okay. I don't know how well this is gonna do for us, but sure. Like, ultimately, we are up against the T-28, and ultimately, wherever it shoots me, it's going to, yeah, see, like, there it is already. Like, it's not... yeah, you get locked on, you're dead. Again, this is my... this is the reason I hate playing this, for that reason. Like, it's no hate against the player, it's no hate against the tank, it's just the mechanics that the game offers make it unfun to deal with.
Right. The fact that it's, like, a thing that's possible in the game is upsetting.
Well, and it's a combination of things, right? And every game has a combo that you find that's, like, ridiculous, right? Like, when I played Brawl as a kid, every kid on the block was talking about, don't play Meta Knight, because Meta Knight was fucking broken. You could spam B and just be undefeatable, right?
Right.
I played as Sonic a lot, Jigglypuff, and Mr. Game & Watch and Toon Link, right?
Okay.
And those were all... Sonic was the only character I think I played that everyone got mad at for. God damn, this is so loud.
I saw him, he's right around this corner.
Cool. But, the game offers this mechanic of, here's a tank that can sit here, right? The auto-lock feature will work on it. And then on top of that, the character can heal itself, right? So it's a mix of, like, you'll get shot and, okay, you're like, oh, at least we did some damage to this big boss of a tank, right? Nah, because it's gonna keep moving, and then it just can heal itself. And again, that's a mechanic of the game. But the fire extinguisher is a one-time heal, right? And on most tanks, you will take damage enough to... Oh, I didn't mean to press the button. You'll take enough damage to then warrant the heal. Or you activate it, and it's kind of like a... As you're taking damage, you're healing said damage. So if a CV-33 was fighting me and I used it, I would just out-heal the damage.
Right.
The Hetzer, on the other hand, not necessarily the case because I will take massive amounts of damage regardless. The only exception to that rule is the fact that I'm a tank destroyer, so while I take a lot of damage, I also deal a significant amount of damage. So it's like, you know, it's a trade-off. But in the case of, like, Kiyome existing as a character, right? You have to play as Kiyome in most tanks because... Or no, in every tank because, again, I did a lot of damage right now to Siho, but he's just gonna heal it as kill me. That's just a character trait. So, overpowered tank. Because no other tank can really sit there and do nothing, right? If I'm the head turn and I just sit around, someone's gonna come find me and kill me because there are guns that will pierce through me. The one gun or the one tank that no gun really pierces through can sit, heal, and auto lock onto you. And that's a mechanic the game designers put in that frustrates me. It's not a it's not like a, you know, I guess it's, how do you word it? It's an advantage the game gives, but you can't get mad at someone taking these things. You can't just outright be like, well, that's unfair. No, the game puts it in there. Everyone has the same equal opportunity to do the same shit. It's just a matter of, you know, your preference. Like for me, every tank I've used and every character I've used is due to a preference of set. See, look at it. Like, Siho's fully fucking healed, bro. Like, what are you supposed to do in that case? Like, because I go close, I'm gonna die. It's just a feature. So, it's one of those unfortunate circumstances of the game being the game. It's not undefeatable, and that's why I don't get super worked up, or it's not like, you know, unplayable. It's just a frustrating feature to know in the long run. If I wasn't just fighting Siho and there's other members, you're busy fighting, say, like the goons on the ground, like say the infantry, we'll call it, even though they're all tanks, right? That now the armored comes in and can just pick us off. So it's all a distraction. So now do I focus on the big armor, but then, okay, if I go focus that, all the tiny infantry is now coming at me because I'm distracted trying to take down this monster.
It's like every fight is a boss fight. Because, you know, in a boss fight you have, like, the boss, and then he'll send minions.
Exactly.
And so it's like, the minions, or do you...
But even then, so, okay, you take the minions, or you take the minions and the boss is going to kill you. You take out the boss, it doesn't matter, because the boss is going to absorb that damage, and then, heal itself after. So even if you cut down half of its health, it's just eventually going to get its health back. Right? So, you have to stay in the fight with the boss, but then here's the problem. I can't get close to the boss because the boss is going to hit me every time. It's a guarantee. Because you can't... There's very few ways you're going to really outweave the auto lock. Because a big turret like that you would think would take forever to follow you, but it you know, feels like it doesn't. My turret is fixed, and it doesn't...
Part of the thing also is it combines with the host issue, because when he hosts, his aim is instant, and everybody else's is delayed.
Sure.
When not hosting, it's a lot harder for him to do the thing that he does, because his lock on is not as perfect, whereas when he's hosting, the lock is almost completely accurate.
Yeah, and again, it all comes down to just, these are the game mechanics that were built in, and you just gotta kind of, I guess, accept it. But look, again, the health of the T-28 has gone fully back up. Shreds are damaged on the T-28.
How did that drop?
Come on, I was like, don't get annoyed.
Dude,
but again, see...
And I was like, dude, that was like a Momo moment.
Momo moment.
Right?
Yeah. But again, see.
She was my fucking tank gunner. I'm like point blank, almost stopped moving, and she's like, nah, I missed.
Nah, I missed. Roll for initiative, rolls a 1.
Yeah, basically.
Like, enemy is stunned, you rolled it, like, I rolled to stun the enemy. Perfect 20. You're like, okay, I roll the fire. Rolls a 1. Fuck. And again, see, like, and this all proves that it's doable. All of this is accomplishable in some form, but it almost doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's gonna heal, and I'm gonna get taken out. So for as much work as we're putting in, the instant deaths of ours still bring our score so close. So it's
Right.
it's a game mechanic saying Dream
Well,
Tank Match 2 and want to be
here's the
addressed.
thing.
What's
I
up?
feel like the biggest thing for me is I feel like the T28 should be worth way more points than it is. I mean, it is worth a lot of points, but if you compare it
Yes
to like
and
the
no. So
Headstone, like if you think about like he kills you and then
right,
you kill him,
but-
and our points are almost even.
but
And
take it
that's
like this though.
completely ridiculous.
Imagine a scenario, right, where everyone's playing realistically, right? So take away the game mechanic of like the T28 being the heal, do its thing and all that, and just take in the fact that what our jobs are. So my job is still a tank destroyer, right? So now if I'm worth less, I have even more free range to put myself in dangerous situations, fire upon the T28, and then or like not even the T20, like I can fire on any of my friends and then I can run away. And if I die, okay, I was only worth like 6 points. So, you know, is it really that bad? That's what I have to consider.
Right.
I still am a bad like tank that people go against. But see, look, this right here is a thing of like, I was in the distance. There's no way that he could have drifted and just boom shot me instantly. But that's just the game mechanic. And then it's gonna heal. I have 7 seconds left, so we lost. It's a very
Right.
frustrating part of the game. But again, I will say, the T28 being worth more? No, because in most cases, its job would be to sit there. It's the player that makes the tank an active tank. Otherwise, what you expect is the T28 sitting in the back, waiting for you to drive through, fire at you, and do its thing. And if you happen to go find it hiding, cool. But otherwise, its effectiveness is down to cat and mouse games where the mouse leads the cat and then the big trap is, you know, sprung.
Right.
How you choose to play your tanks is up to how the game operates and how the player operates. And by game operates, I mean like who's playing, what's everyone doing. Because in most cases, this game people act independently. They're not really all together being like, let me follow you, let me do this, let me be your help. You'll get call outs like that where it's like, follow me, stay with me, or stay over there. But most of the time, we're all just kind of independently driving, Chihataning into the battle.
Right.
And so it's not an anger I have with the game or the people because of that reason. We're all just kind of doing our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still something I consider. It's just, how do I put it? Like, just experience in the game heavily affects how this all plays out. Let me pull up. I might have unplugged something. That should be.
Oh no.
Well, not really. There we go. I was moving things surrounding my plugs, and so I unplugged my fan. And it's hot. It's California. It's heading into summer.
Understandable.
Siho, what map do you want to do? I don't know if I have to message you or if you have the mics on, but I'll let you pick one. Siho! Someone the other day, I was doing something and someone said to use the spin wheel for something.
That was me.
What's up, Brian? But oh, was it you? Okay, cool. So it got me remembering when I used to do spin wheels to like the map, spin wheel of the tank I used to play back when you guys were first playing, and I was like, oh, let me be fair and you guys can pick what I do, or I'll let the spin wheel do it. So little funny remembrance of being like, yeah, I remember when I used to randomize the things I did. But also rewatching those clips of us all playing and just how loud we were, how excited we were when we played. I don't know, slight tear to my eye being like, man, we all used to have so much fun and just like, well, just that one match where Banquet, you, or I think you were in it, Tab, Drew, Titanium, like we're all just playing and like drifting into each other, and it was just a clash. And again, we all were just there for the shits and gigs. There wasn't like a serious part of it. So like whoever won, and we were just like, oh fuck that guy, or oh let's go, bro. And I don't know. So that's what keeps me driven into this game. Is I'm like, we had great times, and we still do, but they're different great times. It feels like I've gotten older. The bistro's gotten older. Everything is more refined now. And I play with a purpose versus when I played with a kind of just like a kind of whatever. Like I'll play how I play because not everyone's up to speed on how this game works.
Right.
But now that we're all kind of, I guess I'll just play the answer again. Now that we're all kind of in the same groove of how this game works, like, it's a different type of gameplay and a different type of fun, because now we're all playing semi-serious. It's like when can I expect on the PS version to fight alongside and against you? The minute I take Choo Choo Rocket, Sonic Adventure, Dream Tank Match, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games China version, the Dreamcast controller, and the Switch controller off of my dusting PS4, and I replug it in, you can expect me. Honestly, don't get me wrong, I want to play the PS version, and I want to get, especially because it's content. Be like, oh, it's PS4 version. I can put that on the channels. It's also a pain in the ass because I have to buy a new PS4 controller. I know that for a fact, and I have to move things around, and all of which are things I am not keen on doing with everything else. But I have been cleaning my room a lot and reorganizing things. It's kind of the thing. It's not that my room's a mess. It's just that every so often I like to change around my room and fix my displays and all that. Especially now that I have new things that I am purchasing to display. And since I'm going back to Japan, I have to make room for all the new OncoFest stuff that I got to gotta put up. Yeah, that worked out. The other problem with the headset, bro, is I don't really have like a good, like, I don't shoot up very well.
How did he make that shot?
Same way I made that one. Determination.
Fair enough.
Okay, wait, so hold on. Wait. No, fuck off. Hold on. The fucking T28 is worth the same as the ARL?
Yeah, they're both worth 200 points.
I take everything back that I said in the earlier round. That shit should be worth a lot more.
The Tiger 2 is worth 230.
The Tiger 2 is worth more than a fucking T28?
Correct.
The thing's a piece of shit in the game. I'm disappointed. My disappointment isn't measurable. My day is ruined.
Yeah.
How? What? Okay, no, now I'm back to hating. And I'm only hating out of love game, okay? So if some developer of this game's ever gonna hear this, like, I hate because I love. I want what's best for this game.
Oh, there's bro.
Oh boy, the drift. See, oh, bro.
You can aim pretty
Watch.
far up.
I pressed the Y button, right? We're just gonna do it for I can't even use the Y button on this tank. Okay, cool. Well, fuck me, I guess. I was gonna do it for educational purposes, but apparently the game won't let me, so that's fine. The game knows. You're just gonna get mad when you press it. Like, yeah, but I'm doing it for educational version things, and it's like, nope. Edumacation. Yeah, here we go. Yep. No, don't worry, I activated Panzer High right before I got shot, but the game said no.
Panzer High lasts such a short time.
Well, no.
I understand its invincibility, but still.
But what I'm referring to in this case is that I pressed it before I was killed, but it still counted as me killed, and my active bar is gone. Like, it's just stupid. I know this is a game that was made in like however long with however much budget, right? So it's not meant to be the most perfect game. But I love it enough to give it constructive criticism so that way someday we can get either patches or a better version. And the hope would be that when they do make a Dream Tank match 2, they keep it cartoony like this, like the physics. I do not want to see War Thunder as the basis, because I will not play it.
Yeah, I would love the goofy physics to stay. That's like my #1 priority.
See, look at that. Like, there's no shot you knew where I was, unless you're watching stream. That's a different story. But the fact that, yeah, the auto lock's like, he's right there, bro, get him. That's what's lame, too. It's like, there's no hiding, there's no... You're just always on the defense when playing with these mechanics, and then... Because, again, I can't afford to stand around and wait and then press the button. I don't have that kind of armor. So it's really shitty, just like the way the game forces me to be a certain type of player.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Again, it sucks because it's like, I'm not trying to be mad, like sore about things, or like, you know, like it's definitely not an anti of the player, of any of the players that would play like this. Like it's not. Oh shit! What the fuck? How? Yeah, I don't know what I hit, so we're just gonna take that W and run. And when I say run, I mean fucking like Sonic ain't got shit on me.
Like about the T28 is it's very flat. And
Yes.
you can hit it in most places and pen. You may not do much damage, but you will usually do something. It's typically scratch damage, but even scratch damage is damage.
Right. And I would agree up until the point of, again, now everyone plays Kiyome because she heals. It's kind of like Yukari is a shit character in this because I can find your weak spot, but I'm not sitting down watching you for 5 minutes that like I can aim at your weak spot and all that, because the fastest way to aim is the auto lock. The auto lock's not going to go for the weak spot, it's going to just shoot. So if I'm aiming for that tiny weak spot, you know, it's then what, Miho finds Boko, so she's a good single player campaign character. But so you know, like, and again, it's good. There is a good character. It's not
sort of like add-on armor.
Huh?
So there is that.
Yeah.
Miho does get, it's almost like add-on armor, so there is that.
Okay, see? So again, though, that takes me back to this comment that I was going to say. I'm not anti-Kiyome because she heals. It's a mechanic that I think is, you know, like, cool. You need healing in this game because the healing that is offered is like a one-time use. It's not about Kiyome being broken. It's about the fact that some characters get shitty fucking add-ons, like Yukari's. It shouldn't be bad, but the weak spots are tiny, and the timing is non-existent. Like, I don't have time to sit here and aim at your weak spot. But what I do have is a viable tank option to still fight you, right? It's just that, you know, I'm playing against essentially better skilled generals who have better, like, traits. To put it, I guess, in like a Hoi or some other game kind of example. So again, you know, all it is, it requires me to be more strategic with my bullets and all that, and where I'm at and what I'm doing. But then it also doesn't matter, because if I wait too long, all the damage I did is just gonna get healed up again. So, like...
Right. And all he has to do is, like, move back and forth.
Well, it's a light jog to get the active bar up, yes.
That it doesn't have to be, like, gravel. It just has to be, like...
movement of any kind, yes.
Right.
I would say in a lot of cases too, like, the size of your tank should matter towards your active bar. And I feel like it does, it's just not significant enough to know, like, the mouse is so huge and slow, so like it feels like it takes forever to load your active bar, when in reality it's like it's just you're not going as fast as another tank. Like the CV-33 gets it in like 5 seconds because it takes 5 seconds for me to travel from point A to point B. But it should just be a longer bar for certain tanks, because the CV-33 needs more help than the fucking Hetzer does to get its active bar up.
I think the biggest frustration for me with this kind of thing is this right now, where it encourages you to do nothing, because as soon as you do something, you die, and
Yep.
that's not fun, because there's no Senshidou. You sit there. You just sit there.
That's exactly my problem.
Run out.
Right
And
now.
I hate it. It makes me so sad, because the game could be so much more than sit and watch simulator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's my thing, is I am not a defensive player in any game I play. I don't like being defense, I don't like being support, I do it out of necessity. I am an offense-driven person. I am rash, my decision making is always on the fly. I don't like planning most things, I don't like doing things based off a book or a strategy. It's always been, I do things my way. That has always been my thing, and my failures have always been lessons, right? But in this case, it's not like 80% of the things that happen to me aren't because of my failing to think things through or see ahead of time what was going to happen to me. It was a mechanic screwed me over. Be it the hills broke my treads, be it I got slammed into a rock, be it won't let me boost forward, be it
Right.
whatever. And again, I'm okay with there being bugs to deal with, right? But yeah, you're actively encouraged to not go after the T-28 because
You're actively, because of the way the bar, and I almost feel like it would be more fun to just play as flag matches.
what map do you want, by the way?
Me?
Yeah, you. Buddy old pal.
How about amusement park? What's the one with the like wild? Yes, the south.
Cool.
Is the one with the Wild West area and
We shall
stuff.
do it.
Cool.
So you were saying though about the bar?
Yeah. So the thing about the points bar is, like, unlike in a flag tank match, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you target a particular tank and the rest are just kind of there to go.
Sure.
But when it's a bar instead of a flag, it's like, as soon as your points are lower than the enemy, all you have to do is live. And it encourages the stupidest, like, well, not stupid, because, I mean, it makes sense, but there's a point to which it's like, it encourages you to, like I said, to do nothing. It encourages you to sit there because your points are lower, and it's whoever is lower loses. It doesn't matter if the points are empty or not. There's no such thing as, oh, not the points are not empty, so it's a draw. It's not like that. It's just whoever is lower loses. So you just kill something and then do nothing and survive, and then you win. And, like, it takes out the whole Senshidou part of the game. It's
I agree to a degree.
so counterintuitive.
Because here's the problem. Let's say we had a full lobby, right? And we did flag. It would work out. Everyone's fighting everybody. There's tanks in your way. But if it's like 3-on-3, it's 2 tanks and 2 tanks, and then the 2 flags are hiding somewhere because there isn't a point. If I go out, I'm exposed. I'm very easily seen. In a mix of various tanks together, I'm hidden by existence. But if I'm just the 3rd tank on my team, if you saw the M4 Sherman drive past you, a Hetzer drive past you, and now you see the Panzer IV, you're like, ah, there's the flag. It's very noticeable that the flag is moving somewhere. But so then the problem is this. Imagine the T-28, the mouse, whatever, right? The Ag Tiger. Driving through and it's looking for the flag. Your tiny, puny little bullets are not doing anything to it, and it's gonna ignore you. I don't know why I did that.
Right.
And so you're not gonna do much to it, and it's not gonna listen to you. It's gonna get its active bar up, heal, go after the flag tank, kill the flag tank in 5 seconds, and then disappear. The game ends, right? Especially if the Yag Tiger isn't the flag, it's not worried about dying. So it's massive amounts of points, don't matter. In a good match, the CV-33 is your flag, and the T-28 is your random tank, because no matter how many times I kill you, you're gonna come back and you're just gonna keep doing the same bullshit to me. And the CV-33, while it only takes 1 hit to die, every time I get a lock on you, I'm like, there's the little tiny little dude, let me get my aim, boom, 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 boom. You're really trying over here. Boom! Big cannon hits you. Done.
Right.
So, there are those problems. So, ultimately, this game forces one player to be the offense and everyone else to be defense. And that's how it's going to be. Like, I'm forced to be the defense. Like, look, no matter which way I came at it, you were already ready and aiming for me. That's the problem I'm going to have. I'm forced to be on a defensive run because anywhere in this open hallway, the auto lock's going to lock onto me, right? So I'm stuck in my corner of the map hoping that you're going to drive towards me and I got to run away. But then are you just going to run to the other part that I'm at? And with you being the player too, you're almost just a scout tank. You don't have to get damage on me, you just have to let the other player know where I'm at. So the big gun can slowly close in on me. Like, I could get stuck in this wilderness, or the Wild West section, and that's my grave. Then you do a quick 180, now you're in my spawn, and what am I going to do with my spawn? You know? I'm going to wait till my health bar, or my invincibility triggers, and then, like, see, look, you should not know where I'm at. But here you are backing up and getting ready to aim at me. It's, look, how did you know I was right next to you? There's no way. But here we are. So, and then you're gonna heal. So again, it doesn't matter. I have 5 seconds of an invincibility.
I will say there is an extent to which this sort of recon thing is realistic. Because, I mean, that's what recon does. It goes into the main force, sees the enemy, and then...
and points out the position. That is completely true. But my problem is this. It's less of a, there's a tank right here, but more, as long as you've seen me once, you have about 8 seconds, 12 seconds where my icon stays, like, and it's not even on the map. It's not just like a tank icon, but it's my giant Yukari head just shows on your screen while you move away, right? Like, here you are, you're moving past the wall, but I can still see Tamada's head. Like, so 8 seconds, I know which way you've headed.
It is kind of dumb that you don't need a visual. You just need, oh, you got their location in once, so now you know where they are for like a solid 10 seconds.
Sure.
Sometimes more, depending on how high your recon is.
It should be, if I have a visual on you, I can see your icon, right? But if I know which way you've headed, like, yeah, sure, the map icon still shows, but seeing your head and which way you're turning, like, I can't see you past this wall. How do I know you're doing a quick 180 and going into that alleyway? And with the maps being so, like, huh?
What would be a nice system would be if they had, like, memory of the last time that the person was spotted, and instead of, like, following them, it would be, like, person was last spotted here.
So if this works...
like a radar. Almost like a radar where it, like, pings and then, like, doesn't. Like, on a radar, like, you don't actively know where something is, you just ping it several times and you get an estimation of where it is. And I feel like that would be a much better way for it to work than just, like, continuous sight, because the continuous sight feels broken.
Well, if it was like, I see the tank...
Really high recon, if they get into if you have really high recon and somebody walks in front of you for like a tenth of a second, you then know where they are.
Yeah, see, okay, how did you know I was... You see... Horse shit. Horse fucking shit, bro. Shit, like... There's no way you knew that. You were facing a random building, bro. How in this narrow hallway that was behind you did you know? I don't know.
I do think that, personally, I think the top speed of the T-28 is too high.
Well,
now,
no,
I know that might
it's
sound ridiculous because it's really slow, but think about it.
You can
Think
modify
about
your
how
speed though.
quickly it can turn around.
Well, yeah, because he put all speed into the thing.
That's what I mean. When you modify it, think about how quickly it can turn. Like, look at that. Okay, I know it's Girls in Panzer, but even in Girls in Panzer, the T-28 wouldn't do that. Like...
But just tell me this real quick. Just put yourself in my shoes for a minute. How am I supposed to play this game right now? I show my face, I'm insta-shot wherever I am. I feel like I'm the only one who feels the way I do about the Y button in the game, right? I feel like I'm the only person that feels certain things just don't make it fair because, like, alright, when we first played, what's it called? I did kind of, like, have an advantage, and I was the asshole for being the good one, and everyone else was, like, learning the game. But now, like, it's not like, okay, I've completely lost how to play this game and I don't know what I'm doing. I still do know this game. You know, sure, I'm not as good as I was in the prime of playing this, and I was playing it every day, and I was really trying to be something with it. Because, you know, obviously that's what the bistro was for. I was like, oh, cool, I'll be really good at the game. We'll make a competitive scene. It's the fact that I don't have to have any type of skill to know that I'm going to walk out, the turret's going to turn on me within 3 seconds, auto shoot me, and I'm done. Like, it's going to kill me. The fire extinguisher doesn't help.
The skill stops being in aiming, and it just becomes about how quickly you can press the button.
But then here's where I go back to this thing. If when I'm about to get shot and I activate my thing, like on the fly, quick time event, boom, and it doesn't matter. I'm not invincible. I died. Okay, cool.
Right.
That's fine. Mechanic is a mechanic. I will just accept that I need to be faster in knowing when I'm going to get shot. But within a 2-second, like, thing, I have to know, oh, there's the T-28. Game over. But I'm by myself. That's whatever. I get that that's the unfortunate circumstance. I'm not mad about that. But in a setting, right, like, okay, you'll get told fucking, oh, it's Fernando and Siho, you're done. And it's like, yes, because one's really good at going around and using a regular tank to kill you, and the other one's the big fucking, the gun. Big brother, little brother. But then, you just have to sit here and go, well, what am I supposed to do when both tanks are... Either there's, like, so both can heal, both will use Kiyome, and again, that's a choice that I make to not use Kiyome. It's not, I'm anti-Kiyome and anti-healing, and I think it's stupid. I just want to use Yukari in my tank, and so I do. Whether it benefits me or not, that's just the character I want. Okay, see here. Can I win the 1v1 with you? There's a chance, but it doesn't matter, T-28's here, so I have to run away. And again, it's all in that fear of... It's not that the big, bulky turret is fixed on me and I'm dead. It's that I know that that turret is just as fast as yours. Because there's a button that's going to make it that fast. There's no running away.
Right.
So, what am I supposed to do? How do I play? I'm losing because... Not because of kills. I'm losing because I have a decent chunk... I'm a fatty piece of tank. You know, I'm worth a decent bit. But the big target that can get me things is going to auto-lock and kill me within the 3 seconds that I go near it. So, I can't go after it. I have to hope that by hiding, the Chinu decides to exist in the same spawn as me. You know, and as Qui-Gon Jinn would famously say, there's always a bigger fish. So now, I'm fighting it. I'm about to eat you. Nope, here comes the great white shark that's like, yum, yum, yum. And then, you know, you're tiny. It's not gonna eat the tiny fish. It just wants this big fatty tuna. You know? And again, it's not against the players. It's not against. It's just the mechanic. No one thought that through. That maybe the unfortunate soul by himself was going to be just. Because you know what? You know what this reminds me of? It's the Type 10 battle in the Panzerfahren. You're like hiding behind a rock. Because what I tried to do a long time ago was this gameplay where I beat the Type 10. Like I had to go through the entire Panzerfahren, then I had to beat the Type 10 as every tank in the game. So
That's fun.
that would have been cool, except as player 1, if you die no matter what, the game's over. Cool. But if the flag tank was not me, then that tank would go be fodder, because that Type 10 is just going to kill it. But anytime you spawn near the Type 10, that fucking turret, like, whiplashed itself towards you and shot you, right? That's how it feels right now. A tank that is not in a giant, like, or a tank that does not have a turret that is as lucid and free as the Type 10 is still turning at that same rate, still coming at me, and it one-shots me, right? So now, I'm bonsai charging with no purpose, because...
You know what's interesting? As fast as the T-28 turns around, I've double-checked before, I've tested it against the mouse. It is the slowest tank in the game. The T-28 is the slowest tank. And it still moves like that.
It really does feel like it's one of those things where it's like, could have fooled me. And I don't mean that in such a, like, mean way, but, or like, the meaning way, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like much is being changed by the slowness or the speed of its barrel. Like,
Well,
it's going to find me and it's going to shoot me. It doesn't feel like it also has that ammo drag that I do. Like, if I aimed at you with the Y and I shot at you, it'd be like, oh, the tank was too fast for you, right? It's almost like its shot is as instant as it shoots it. So it finds me, it shoots me, it's over. And I've seen clips, right? Where...
It's like a laser beam.
Well, I've seen clips where you're like, okay, there was a tank that was able to avoid being shot by the T-28, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. There are times and ways where the auto lock isn't going to be this big, overly advanced. I don't know why I use that on accident. With my health. But also at the same time, this is one of those times, Sora, where you're doing something really creative with certain benefits. How do you already have your active part? I don't know. Or were you just drifting? Either way, it's not impossible. It's just frustrating in certain instances where the style of my gameplay is less play like normal and more, how do I do something stupid to give myself an advantage over the impending doom? And then a lot of times it isn't. And again, obviously, it takes me not playing the game the same way I always do, which is bullshitting and running knee-deep into battle, because that's what I do. I'm a person who enjoys just running in and being, you know, like, Bonsai! But it doesn't matter, because ultimately the game wants me to be on the defense.
What? Bro, he phased through me.
Yep, and see, like, what I did to have that flip happen, I don't know. But game mechanic, funny. Oh, good. But, damn. It's just shitty to think that in a normal setting, I really have to just outspeed the turret, and I don't know. Look at that. Just spawned in.
When I watch a round go past me, and then it kills me anyway.
That's what I mean, though. You just spawned in and you're already fucking dead. Like, how? Why? What? I mean, it's a small map. Obviously, things like that are bound to happen, but... I don't know, I'm just... God damn.
Okay,
Watch this,
I will
ready?
say, one of my favorite things-
Boink.
One of my favorite things about this game is the ragdolling. Best
Yes.
mechanic.
The spin is so good.
There is
Um,
nothing funnier than seeing a 100-ton tank do 5 flips
Right.
like it weighs 2 tons.
今のは
It's
すごかったで
it's
す
so
ね
good. How was that scratch damage, bro?
And I apologize if this sounds like I'm being super negative about the game all the time when I play. It's just
No, I don't think so.
the game is fun
I
until a
enjoy-
bullshit mechanic takes over, and I've got to just. I feel like I have to get it off my chest in order to be like. I recognize the issues
For
happening.
me, it's the same kind of feeling as like when you play War Thunder and you're like, oh boy, this is gonna be a fun match, and then an AA just like shreds you, and you're like,
I have seen that,
I
and it
wanted
is
to
kind of
fight
funny.
tanks, but okay.
Um,
It's the same kind of thing. You're like, oh, it would have been nice to like have a duel or like actually fight things and not just, oh, instant death. It'll like, come on.
シャーフィー行動不能
When you're in a tank like a Chaffee, okay, sure, it has no armor. I get that. But when it's every tank, like you could be in a Tiger 2 and he could still do that. It's ridiculous.
well, and that's why I stopped playing the Tiger too. Is there were so many tanks that could just wipe me from existence because the tank was not built
It's
to be.
like the armor means nothing. It's so...
Well, the game like punishes you for picking armor because the more armor you have, it feels like the more damage you actually take in the long run. Like, I don't remember who brought that. I think it was Fernando. He like did not a case study, but like was able to prove that when you put
28
more armor as a stat, you actually take
終了
more damage regularly, like by bigger shots, like
Mhm.
armor pen. It was something like that. You would need him to explain it, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
so it sucks. Like, okay, cool, I'm more defensive, but if a shot does hit me, there's diminishing returns to that.
I think the biggest thing
Or
is
bleed.
weak spot. I think when you have more armor, weak spot multiplier is basically bigger.
Don't get me started on weak spots because the Churchill has weak spots that do less damage to it than the regular spots. Despise the Churchill for all those reasons. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's kind of dumb.
Play against the Churchill. Highlight its weak spot. Shoot it. It'll say weak spot, and it does about scratch damage to it. And you're like, what?
Bruh.
That's why for the longest time, the Churchill was my least favorite tank to go against in this game because I'm like, the Tiger 2 could not pen it, but yet the Churchill, when you did hit its weak spot, was just unfazed. So I'm like, I can't pen you. I can't hit your weak spot. What can I do to you? And the Churchill just laughs and goes, "Oh, my gun sucks." You're like, yeah, there you go. There's that. There's the compensation.
I will say one. To be fair, in real life,
Hmm.
because I was curious, I looked it up. Apparently, the thickness of the machine gun mount in a Churchill is 100 millimeters.
Really?
It's a solid, yeah. The machine gun port is 4 inches, which is insane for a tank. Considering that most tanks it's a weak spot, and the fact that it's just not. But it's still, for balancing purposes, really should like do what all weak spots do. A weak spot should be a weak spot. If you're gonna play, if the game is gonna be made like that, then it should be.
Yeah, you know the meme where Mr. Incredible's like, math is math. That one.
Yeah.
Weak
Yeah.
spot is weak spot.
Weak spot is weak spot.
I'll make that as soon as we're done with this playing. I'll go and make that. That sounds funny. You are gonna play the?
That
I'll
would
play the
be-
Churchill with you.
I would love to see that. I would definitely endorse you making that.
It's
What
funny.
are we gonna do now?
Our best.
Are we doing Churchills now?
You go for it. Let's do a Churchill. Yeah, yeah. Join us in the Churchill gang.
Gang.
So, I say all this though
Roast hip
in the.
Churchill.
Oh, this is my Irish Churchill. That's why. And I was like, if anyone's gonna be an Irishman, it's
Are you? Bruh. I'm about to Alt F4 this dude. This fucking dude.
There's a laugh that wants to come out so bad, but it's being clouded by the dark side right now. He so badly wanted to yelp and laugh like this fucking asshole, and like in a very humorous way. But I'm also like, what the fuck? I hate this tank. I only did this because everybody was gonna be in this. I hate the Churchill. This thing moves.
You know the worst part?
What's up? Look at this thing. Oh my god. I'm moving as fast as grandma. This is grandma's
The
tank.
worst part is,
Yeah?
I saw him pick it, and then I saw you pick it, and I picked it, and I saw you sortie, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's gonna switch.
That
Then I sortied, and he switched, and I was like, yeah, well, I know him well enough to know he would do that, but I was
Sure.
still hoping he would have sportsmanship about it. But
there's no sportsmanship in fucking Censordo, bro. This is war. It just sucks that I'm on the side of the fucking Churchill.
literally the opposite. Of
Yeah, look
me.
at. He's already looking down the fucking hallway, so it's GG. No, don't go down the main path. You're gonna get shot. Oh, don't worry though. The Churchill has armor. The T-28 has a clause to ignore armor, but just know the Churchill has armor. God damn. You know, it's almost like actual bait because I'm moving at like 3 fucking miles an hour, but the T-28 is happier to know I'm slow. The thing thrives on the fact that I cannot get away from it. Once I'm in its sight, it has enough time to pour a bowl of cereal, right? Heat up a Pop-Tart, get some popcorn,
It's
find the
like-
show that it wants to watch, get some fresh squeezed orange juice, and still shoot me in time before I can even like turn. I hate this. I hate this tank.
It's like Darjeeling just using the fucking, what do you call the
Darjeeling is a fucking sadist.
boiling device or whatever the fuck you call what the British put in their tanks. The BV boiling vessel. That's what they call it.
Yeah, you gotta have your,
Boil-
you gotta have
It's
your tea,
like
bro.
it's like you're going after it, and they're just like, I'll just make some tea in the boiling vessel while you're doing this, you know.
Hi there,
Just
watch.
do a whole pot of fucking tea.
You were going to shoot me, but here's what happened. I activated my fucking trap card. Oh my god, this barrel sucks.
Activated my trap card.
This barrel sucks, dude. Holy shit. Did we just tank a shot? Jesus Christ is here. He's protecting me. I have main character fucking status.
Dude, this is actually a fucking low silhouette moment. When you just can't shoot him because he's shorter than the fucking concrete wall.
Dude, look at that. We do no damage to this thing, and then he's gonna... Look at that. So, okay, invincibility is one thing, but then the other part is the fact that he can literally just heal himself, like... Because, you know, he's gonna stay there, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, heal. All that damage was for nothing. It takes so much out of anybody to never want to rage quit this game. I'm not a rage quitter. There's a single clip of me playing Pokemon where I did that. And that's because the game actually fucked me over. But like... Legends Arceus, I'm staring at you. But in this case, there are a lot of times where I feel done playing. Like... Take it like this. I got locked into a 10-minute battle in my least favorite tank in a map that heavily benefits his tank, in which I know no matter how much damage we do, he's going to heal it. And I can't reinforce you because it takes grandma 30 years to get to you. No toll roads here. We're just taking the scenic route. Oh, I take the streets. I'm afraid of the freeway. Okay, well I need to get somewhere. Oh, we
And it
can
would
wait.
be nice if I had like whittled him down for you, but now he's going to drive back and forth, and it'll all mean nothing.
And it'll heal. That's the problem, yes. And then that's provided. Say he doesn't heal yet. Say I get there. I still have the trek of making it up the hill to find him before he auto locks and shoots me. So it's not gonna be.
So here's the thing. I would be okay with the healing mechanic on the condition that it was not as powerful as like the tier 3 heal card.
Well, yeah, and
If
that's
it did like 20 points of health, like okay, I can live with that. But when a T28 can get half of its health back,
well, the percentage.
from,
I
from
think
that
percent healing should not be a thing. Instead of percent healing, it should be like
Precisely.
base health. Like
precisely how I feel is percent should not be. It shouldn't be percent.
well,
because it's so
okay, watch. So then I kill him, right? Cool. I gotta get out of his spawn in time, but the Churchill takes 50 years to get there. So by the time, yeah, he's already spawned. Now I'm stuck on this side of the map because if I go anywhere, the auto lock. I mean, the auto lock can already see me. Like, there's no.
Oh, you killed him?
Yes, you whittled him down enough to like actually make a difference. But
Oh, he didn't end up healing. That's interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Again, I'm okay with fighting these raid bosses. And it's not like this is unplayable. I have to keep saying that because I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings or make a big scene, be a sore loser. It's just the fact that, like, this is the game. Look at this. So the
That was a 270-degree turn. That's ridiculous. I was behind him, and he did that.
two fishes are in a tank. One says to the other, "How do you drive this thing?" Stupid. Zu clever ist. That's good. What's up, my guy? Oh man. Yeah, though that's. I don't want to say the extent of my complaints. Like, the game could be copy and pasted into a sequel, and I wouldn't be 100% angry. It's just the mechanics. Again, I don't care about the healing, but obviously, yes, the fact that the CV33 and the T28 heal the same with that is crazy.
It is. It really is.
Because like it'd be one thing if it's like, oh, it does like 500 HP back, right? And you're like, oh, cool, that's full health for the CV33, and then the T28, you're like, ah, well, at least that's a quarter of my health back. Because it's a raid boss. I'm fighting a raid boss, and that raid boss you get full health back, and
Get dodged.
this fucking gun sucks, dude.
You know what's funny? It's the same gun, practically, that's on the purple. It's the same
yeah.
gun, practically, that's on the Sherman.
But at least the Sherman drives at regulated speeds. This thing's like it's in a school zone constantly.
Basically.
Now, don't get me wrong, obviously it is in a school zone, but like,
That's
This-
true. You're technically correct.
I'm in baby's first fucking car right now. Like, teenager just got his license. He's like, I don't want to fuck up dad's car. He's gonna spank me. Whereas I'm like, I want to fucking drive, dude. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Blew him off like a bad date.
The tactic worked. I fucking got under his tank. Let's go.
Using the show logic.
It is fun when you tactic and it works. It is quite fun. It's also really helpful when.
So now, hold on. Let's talk about this phase of the battle. I used to call this back in the day the Lilith, which was you had less than like 2 minutes left and you needed to get somewhere. And so your objective was run, right? Because Lilith did that. That was Lilith's like gameplay was, oh, I'm winning and I need to get away. Time to just fucking run and never be seen, so I can never need to heal, never need to like attack. And I used to make fun of Lilith hard for that, because I'd be like, just fight, bro, stop being a puss. But I'm also kind of like, no, that's the only tactic. You have a minute left in this game, right? You're winning somehow.
Ow.
Holy shit.
行動不能
You cost that much?
I actually, he
Oh wait, that was us that's been losing this whole time. I thought we were pink.
no.
Yeah, well, oh no, wait, see, okay, yeah. Alright, well, anyways. Never mind, now I regret running.
興味失いましたわ
Well,
敵車両捉えましたわ
I'm gonna fucking, what's the movie, Saving Private Ryan, where he's just sitting there shooting at the fucking tank with his pistol. That's me right now. While the timer just ticks.
Basically.
Like, I'm gonna die anyways, I might as well die fighting.
チャーチル行動不能
Yep. At least you die
試
with
合終
honor.
了
Something like that. These are just the minor things, though, that I would change. Is percent healing? No. Base health healing? Yes. Armor meaning something would be great. I understand speed as a mechanic because it's part of the Girls in Panzer universe. You need that. By the way, you're an asshole for doing that, making me playing the Churchill. That has become an unforgivable sin that I will hold dear to my heart. Yeah, actually, well, get rid of this tank immediately. I'm not even gonna change the map yet. I'm changing this tank. I don't care what tank it is, just anything but this tank for now. I don't want to be seen in that tank. Why do you hate the church? It's bad. Stop. I hate it.
It's also British. There's also.
I mean, I'm not mad at British tanks. I just don't like the Churchill. It has nothing to do with Churchill himself, but just don't like the Churchill.
No, I love Churchill. I love that guy. However, the tank
However.
that also has his name.
But
I
yeah.
like the transmission. I like the ground pressure. That's it. The rest of it can go in the trash. Those are the only two good things about the tank, in my opinion. The armor was okay, I guess.
I don't know. Not worth it to me.
What?
The armor.
What?
Nothing about the tank justifies its existence.
I
What?
think what's interesting to me about the Churchill is, like, I don't know. I think it's interesting that everybody else was like, oh, we need more protection. Let's change the design of our tank. And Britain was just like, thicker armor. Don't worry about sloping it. Don't worry about changing the scheme. Don't worry about, nope, just add more. Double it. Double it and give it to the next guy. that was their theory with how to make the tank better, is give it more armor.
I
Nothing
mean,
else changes. Not the engine, not the tracks, nothing else. You just give it more.
the reason you're always alone in a team is because the world, the earth, there is some sort of being out there that watches over and makes sure even the poorest man gets a meal. Alright? You make sure even the weakest dog has a home. Alright? That the smallest insect can still thrive. There is a God, and he's currently watching Dream Tank Match right now.
Oh man, that is amazing. Those things you said.
I'm not. And you know what? Here's the other thing, and because I wasn't smiling while playing this game for the longest time, because I really genuinely thought I was shit at the game all of a sudden. Like, I just couldn't compete with everybody. You're not level 99, Sega. Sega, you're losing. Sega, you're not worth being on the team. Buddy, I didn't suck. I didn't get bad. The mechanics just got found out, and it's bullshit. Thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still good.
I mean,
nah, I just needed that little
funny.
self. Huh?
It's kind of funny because
Ew.
I've had Siho like get mad at me before for playing the game. He was like,
What?
"Why don't you do this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just don't want to." And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "I just don't want to.
Huh.
I just don't want to play the game that way."
Everybody plays differently, and that's what makes it semi-fun.
To me, that's what makes it fun, is when you play it differently. That's the whole point of the
Well,
game.
to a degree.
from my
There are certain people I've played with that were so ass, it was like, why? And it wasn't anybody we hang out with. It was just a simple, like, drive, don't shoot, get killed. And it's frustrating when you're on a team of all the new players. And so the
Well,
defeatist
to be fair,
personality
every
comes up.
game has that. To be
No,
fair,
sure.
every game
Sure.
has that.
But what I mean is, no explanation on how the game works. They're not up to date with all, like, so their tanks don't have all the tier 3 stuff that we do. Right? Just bought the game, just put it in. Okay, I'm ready to play. And you're like, alright, cool. But you're against, like, seasoned players who are well attuned to the mechanics that are going to get them a victory. And you're the only tank that has value. Makes it worse when you hear on the microphone, go after him for the 90th time. And you're like, sure, the new players are dying. They're not really doing much. But when you're the sole backing of the team, like when you're the real muscle of the team, and why is it not pressing Y? I think my Y button's like my Y button doesn't function. Fun fact.
It got mad at you telling it that.
Yeah, my controller's like, you know what? You talk so much shit, I'm never gonna let you press it again.
You don't like me? Okay, fine. I'm done.
When I sell this Switch someday in the future, bro, and I'm selling my controllers, like every button is so mashed in except for his Y button. It's pristine. They're like, don't let it fool you. It doesn't work. It hates me.
Everything's scratched off except the Y button in perfect out of the box condition.
Yeah. Well, I can't think of a single game that I use the Y button in anyways. Like, X is usually like a map or inventory. A is like jumping or whatever. B is always running or back up. Oh, you got disconnected. Alright, restart the match.
Oh.
But, yeah, what game do I play that uses the Y button? I can't tell you.
Do you think this game has any sort of balancing?
No. They put everything in as far as like what they assume the in-world statistics of each tank would be, or like the in-game like, alright, the in-universe like abilities of each tank, and then just threw it in without realizing that meant certain things with the physics of the game were going to just be overpowered. Like, i.e., hey, if Miko were to drive the Hetzer, she would be really fast in it because she drives fast. You're like, that's correct. And they go, so if Miko's a fast character, if you put them in your crew, they'll be faster. Sure, yeah. So what if I put Miko in the mouse? And you're like, why would you do that? Because they drive fast, so that just means the speed goes up. And you're like, no. They drive fast. That doesn't make the tank faster. And I go, no, so the tank gets faster. And you're like, okay, fine, sure. So then now the big powerful tank can move really fast. And you go, why? Now, for the memes, it's hilarious to put all speed into like a mouse or something, or a T-28, and just be like, fucking ripping the ground.
You know what would be interesting would be if instead of a mechanic like speed and maneuverability, if it was more about like
handling?
Yes. More like how accuracy works, where it didn't necessarily make the tank faster, but it made it more responsive. Does that make sense? I feel like that would make a lot more sense than just Oh, you put Rose Hip on anything and it's now instantly fast and drifts. But that's just me. I don't know. What do you think about that? I'm curious what your thoughts on that would be. You good? Hello?
Alright, my bad, brothers. I'm here.
Oh, okay. You
What?
good?
Yes, I take care of something.
Oh, okay.
The Type
worries.
89. Okay. There's a random ass tank for y'all to have picked.
Don't Sega.
Yeah?
Well, okay. He is ready.
You're
So
like,
that. Okay.
it's a trap!
I was like, Sega, don't do it. Don't feed him. Don't feed the monster. And I saw he was sorted, and I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind. You can't.
Well, alrighty then. Yeah, no, sorry about that. It was a
I
sudden
thought he
thing I
was
had to check on.
about to do the thing again, and I was like, Sega, don't.
I just would have laughed it off at this point. Like, it's whatever. Like, it's to be expected. You just kind of either, like, alright. If the class clown puts a, if he puts a pinprick on your seat and you sit on it, right?
Right.
You're gonna sit on it. Second time, you're like, really? You put it on my seat again? Okay, I'll give you your laugh. At a certain point, you're just like, that's just your personality, brother. And then when everyone's hanging out after school and they're like, can I come? You're like, why? You gonna pinprick my fucking bed? No, bro, that was just my in-class, like, personality. I don't know, bro. And... Oh, wait, hold on. Perfect.
Oh, of course, the thing.
The thing.
I don't have that, sadly. All of my support cards are Bokos.
What the hell's Boko do?
He gives a...
You already have your active bar up.
What?
Fuck?
Oh, I am surprised he one-shot. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm more surprised his active bar was already up.
Well, he's Shiho, that's what he does. It's like plot armor where he gets bonus active bar. So, is that,
So it really is just a boss battle.
basically, it's literally a boss battle. This is a lot more fun. I'm gonna be real.
I just realized I really don't have a crew set up for this tank. Or like, I have a crew, but I've never modified this tank to actually be anything. I'm pretty positive this is all like, mainly default. That's cool.
It's a pretty decent tank. I just don't personally play it much. I'm not a fan of the low velocity gun. That's the biggest thing.
Fair.
In a game that's as competitive as this, the low velocity gun doesn't really work for me. When somebody like Shiho shoots as fast as he does, and your bullet takes like 4 seconds to get to him, it's like, eh.
I agree. Sorry, I was just in my own world right now.
No, you're good. I'm glad you're vibing. I'm also
You're right.
vibing.
Well, I don't have to stress as much with this. That's, I mean, again, I don't mean to make it so negative. It's just, I'm not worried as much right now. Like, I'm not having to watch every corner I turn. If I get shot, I get shot. Not insta death, so we're good. Is that you? You fucking cock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking made me think for a minute. Alright, guys, said that I can't
was
say
curious
it's
if
you know,
me
have
shooting
fun.
you
Thanks,
was
man. Have a good one.
Luckily, it doesn't.
Have a good rest.
Oh Oh,
I would have been mad if your like friendly fire bullet would have popped my balloon too. It's so sad. Bro, you can't see me. What are you doing? I'm literally disguised.
he's literally invincible.
Invisible.
Well, yeah.
I
but
wish.
Invisible. He's literally invisible, bro.
Oh, that's unfortunate for whoever. Oh wait, you're.
そうねナイスアタックよしよし交代するよリタイを打つかそれ相手のアタック89
Holy shit.
イェーイ。
行動不能
I thought you were about to die there. I was about to be like, Sora, Ishli Badish! No! But you're alive. It's okay.
I am alive. I live.
I died, but then I lived. I find it really funny when you're in a tank like this and you can actually fit on the roads. You start driving like, you know, accurate to the roads. I think it's actually on this side. On.
I can't do it. I do that a lot, but I do it on the American side of the road.
敵車両いな
Just
いな
without even thinking. My brain is just like, okay, drive in the lanes, and I'm like,
Yeah, but see, that's the
wait,
thing too. It's so hard to remember to do fucking European style or anything for any kind of.
Right.
前進するよ
Hey, bro, you're on the wrong side. Oh my god, you're. I don't think that's street legal having that fire in the background, bro.
No, it's fine. I got it checked at the mechanic. They said it's fine.
敵の位置情報届いたよ
Bro, whoa, 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 whoa! You owe me. You scratched my car, bro.
Fucking
よーし行くよ
Nakajima told me I'm fine for road use.
That's crazy.
そうね走行89式行動不能損傷したけど問題ないよ
Unfortunate.
Why is it not doing the thing I asked it to
よ
do?
ーし狙
Why
わ
am
れて
I?
る
It takes so long to respawn there. What the heck?
行くぞそうね敵車両捉えたよし12時方向から砲撃を確認狙われてるナイスアタックそんなやっリタイを打つかリタイ修復よーし
Let's go.
行動不能
Good work.
Somehow I managed to break free.
I'm free.
I don't know. See, I always feel really bad in these scenarios too, because when I start having like really good amounts of fun and things happen,
How am I?
I get this
Oh,
like,
right, because he can see you after he's dead.
yeah, it does happen.
I immediately it said I was targeted, and like
チャンス
he has absolutely no vision of me, and I was like,
You're
Oh.
huh?
oh,
Well, yeah, like I always feel bad when
位置情報届いたよ
things start really getting fun again. I'm like, I don't know. I don't mean to be so negative in this game. There is a soft spot to all the bullshittery in the game, but I'm also like, fuck me, man. Like, I just,
あんまり効果ないよ
damn. Let me just have fun.
kind of that bittersweet feeling I get. with
Well, I just don't want.
a lot of bullshit, but at the end of the day, it is a game.
聞いてるぞ
I do enjoy playing the game, even though it does have things that I dislike.
Well, I just don't want people to think my overall opinion of this game is negative, or like the people that play with us.
Right.
I hate them. Like I don't hate how people play. I don't hate what people do.
敵車両
I still want to have fun. I still cherish playing with these people. Being worse than some people is a challenge. I thrive off of challenge. I've always thrived. Like I hate being competitive. I get anxious a lot, and I feel stressed when I'm put into a position of like, you need to do better. But I've always grown better on that because I hate like doing something that's way too easy and doesn't challenge me. It bores me to death. I don't like being in a scenario where I'm always like doing the right thing. It's just always been a problem of mine. I like real things, like constructive criticism. I like, you know, being told what was wrong so I could fix things or do better at things. So having challenges like this makes me better, puts my brain at better use. But I still stand by a lot of what I say about the game and the fixes. It's just rough because then I have fun like this. I'm like, oh, bro, we're just kicking it, shooting shot for shot in these bullshit ass tanks. But and I feel more accomplished when I'm doing good in a scenario like this because it in a way justifies to me that I'm not bad. I'm not doing wrong.
I know exactly what you mean.
Because I get stressed and I'm not quote unquote doing things right. I don't like letting people down. I don't like feeling like I'm shit because then I feel like the people I'm with don't want me on their team. I don't want to be a last pick. I'm not saying I have to be first pick, but I hate being like... I don't like there being zero confidence with me on your side. I like to be seen as someone who's capable.
I agree. I don't talk about this a ton because I like Fernando. He's a nice guy, and I think he's cool. And honestly, it's more on me taking it so hard. But I remember there was one time he told me I was like easy to kill, and I just like stopped playing for like a month because I was just like, man, people probably don't want me on their team. And it's just a bummer for me when I feel like I'm not. When people have less fun when I'm there, it makes me not want to play. You know what I mean?
But see, so
I don't want to feel like people are having less fun because it makes me not want to be there because I don't want to be a bother to people.
And that's completely valid. But
it's partly my personality, but it also is like part of the competitiveness too.
True, but I would see it as this too. Like, yes, there was a time where even I was like, "Hey, Sora's the easy pickings because you were newer, right?"
Right.
But you also remember I spent how many months with you, encouraging you to play with me 1v1 so you would learn the mechanics. And now you fight side by side with me just as good, like if not better. You've gotten a lot of good shots that I was unable to get, you know. So you're holding your own really well. I mean, it's
well, thank you.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like with Fernando, I've always felt undermined in a way. Like at least when I first played with him, I was like, ah shit, I'm not good like that. But one day we played and he had confidence in something I was doing. I'll follow you, and I was like, oh. But I was used to you going your way, and I'd kind of sneak towards you and do what you were doing, because usually he's like, follow me. But he went with me, and I was like, oh shit. And the way we talk, it's his understanding of the game is different than mine. He has a very technical understanding of it, the mechanics, the way things go, and that's what makes him a great player. What always made me good...
That's not something I expected from him.
Definitely not, but I will do it. Do I have the... What do I have?
I wouldn't even be mad if he switched. I just like the Pershing. I don't mind having an excuse to play it.
Will be the different Pershings then. But it was... Yeah, it's like... I didn't feel like I was less of a player. And I do a lot feel like, ah shit, I'm not the best player, I'm not good. Oh yeah, what map? Siho, you got a map you want to do? I'll do whatever. But over time, I mean, I think...
Is he in chat?
Yeah. It's just getting used to these,
I was wondering how you were talking to him.
Oh yeah, bro, I gotta get clips of us playing this game, come on now.
Yeah.
I gots to. Change map, please. We are changing them. I mean, I asked you which map you wanted to do.
Please change the map, sir. Have you any maps?
Have you any maps? Please, sir. Please. I hate Ori Street, sir. I've been here for weeks. They don't let me out of the house, they don't. My mum, she says if I can get out of Ori Street, well, she might sponsor me to go to school, sir. I really want to do something with my life. I've been working in the factory with my father. I shine shoes on the weekends. Oh, bloody hell, I hate the fucking Dream Tank Park. That map's ass, man. Ah. It's like having to get in a bath with Churchill, bro. Huh. It's like licking the feet of a hobo. Every turn of that map, I just want to fucking die. I do not like Dream Tank. This is probably my least favorite map that has ever existed in any video game.
Really? Wow.
Brother, there are walls everywhere.
It makes me kind of sad how frustrating this map is, because to me...
Of fucking course, I'm done.
Map,
Nope.
Oh, it even put us... It didn't even put you and me on the same team, bruh. Bruh. That's an ouch moment.
ルールは殲滅戦。相手の車両を撃破し、
Yeah, I really walked out to get
ゼロ
soda.
チームの勝利ね。
We don't have soda.
試合を始めます。
Fucking sad. Thirsty. And water. I've been
You
drinking
know what,
water.
Shiho? Just for this, I'm just gonna shoot you the whole match.
Isn't that how
I'm
that
not gonna
works?
target Sega.
Oh
I'm
wait,
going
you're on
to-
the enemy team, Sora? Oh, this is even worse. I was justified in my getting up. Bro. Whatever.
You're now. The enemy is not. Ori. The enemy is.
The enemy is not
our
alright.
fellow teammate.
I'm over here like... The time has come, Commander Sora. Execute Order 66.
One thing.
See, Sora, I told you! The T-28s are taking over!
One thing I do think is nice is when your round hits a friendly, it doesn't always explode like a normal round, which is good because it keeps you from being a nuisance to your teammates. Because you know there's people who would play this game and just be like, "Ha, I'm blinding my teammate, ha." You know.
Aha, for my roommate's door. Aha.
Same way that people will play War Thunder and just intentionally drop smoke in front of somebody just to be annoying.
There are people who actually play War Thunder? What the fuck?
Hi.
Huh? I mean hi, who's saying hi
What is your
to?
name? What is Siho? What does
Oh.
Siho's name stand for, by the way? Does anybody know that?
I'm sure he does. I don't. I never
think
asked.
it's a chemical formula, but I don't know what it actually is.
Wow.
Or perhaps I'm overthinking it, and
今
it's
のは
just
すごかったです
a
ね。
name. That's also possible.
I don't know.
こちらもなかなか
Okay, let's get on that subject. Sora, what the hell does your name stand for? I take damage from something? When are you guys shooting
My
at
name
me?
is extremely simple. It stands for exactly what it means.
最高だね。
It
Y-
does not stand for anything.
So-
It just means what it means.
Can I be honest?
I wanted a last name that I wanted this to be the whole reason I became
The King
a
of the
YouTuber
Hearts?
was to make friends and meet interesting people, and I was like, I want to be people's comrade. I want to hang out with them.
Riddle me this.
So I
Did
will
becoming a
be myself.
VTuber do that for you, or?
No,
Oh, well.
actually, I'm not a fan of VTubers. I'm gonna be real.
Oh!
On the outside, they seem
my dick
cool,
just got a little
but
hard.
when you join the group, it's all drama.
最高だぜ。
There's so much drama. Like, you think the internet is bad already? VTubers are just drama incarnate, dude. It's so bad.
You know, not a lot of people have put their trust in me fully. And every time I say something, it always turns out to be right. I'm just saying. For the record, it's like, you know, if there was a book on things that Sega said before it became true, that'd be one of them. But go ahead.
Oh, really?
How many times in the past did I ever mention how bad VTubers were and what the scenarios were going to be, what they were going to do, and everyone was like Lil's be like, no, you're overgeneralizing Sega. And I'm like, maybe I am. Maybe I am.
Well, you are, but you aren't, because...
You are, but you aren't is crazy. Go on.
It's true for most people, but not everybody. There are really nice, awesome...
Yeah, I go by majority rules for one reason. Let me ask you something, Sora.
Yeah.
This falls into two questions. Because two things. I was gonna say I've never liked philosophical username questions because I always hated when it was my turn. Because Sora, what do you think my name's for?
I don't know. Surely not the company that you're named after.
No question. What about Sega do you think I like?
Sonic.
Exactly, that's an overgeneralization and not the truth. I love a lot of Sega things, right? So, why am I not meant to overgeneralize people when all I've ever been is overgeneralized for liking, like, oh, you like Sonic, that's it, that's what Sega's for. And it's like, nah, bro. Jet Set Radio's fucking cool. I love Choo Choo Rocket, Crazy Taxi. Yeah, oh, bro, Streets of Rage, Shinobi Warrior.
Okay, in my defense, I know you really like Sonic, and that's why I said that.
But I do, and that's not a lie.
I don't say that because I think, oh, it has to be the most common thing. It's not because of that. So please do not.
Well, I'm not taking it a bad way. I'm just using that as the example of like, so now you see why, like for me, because like in my head, all VTubers are the same, right? Like, you're gonna call all your community Sims. You're gonna be like, haha, donate money. All it is a thing for money, bro. And content, like it's all a content farm, a money farm of fucking. Let me make my brand because I'm a part of this brand that hosts my characters that I don't own, that they own, but I put on the personality so that way there's merchandise available. Because being a character, people will buy me as much as they'll buy a Yukari figure because I'm not seen as a real life thing.
Right.
You're not wearing me as a shirt like Michael Jackson. You're doing it because I'm an anime character. Right. In your head, I'm as real of an anime character as can be, and that's the goal that thought process goes through, right? So now to say they all kind of act the same is the same way as saying all the Sonic fandom people are the same, right? Because yeah, you look up Sonic the Hedgehog, you're gonna find a lot of weird fucking shit. I had that argument in the chat the other day where bro was like saying shit about Sonic fans, and I'm like, it's true. I know there are bad people, but that's why I don't interact with the fandom, and I just have always liked Sonic on my own. Part of what makes me depressed as a Sonic fan is that I've never had people to talk about it with. Because I would hell have made a...
How I feel. I agree. I feel similar about the VTuber thing. Because I started out, like, being interested in making friends and stuff, and then people...
Come on, fuckers, let's go!
And then I was like, now I feel like I have a bad...
If your treads had been destroyed anywhere where I could have shot you, that would have been fantastic. Instead, you're just sitting there teasing me. Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Hey, yo. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that, like you were saying, that kind of, there's like a stigma for VTubers, and to be fair, a lot of it is true. However, not all of it is true. And when I say that I've been a VTuber and people just assume, oh, you're just like everybody else, it's like, well, no. In fact, I intentionally stay away from those kinds of people. But you wouldn't know that because you didn't ask, you just assumed.
Sure. And that's part fault, part, like, just how it works, because, again, people who see my name as Sega will only assume because every other... It's kind of like, you assume things about people because, you know, you yourself would do that thing, in a way, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
Like, if you would think people are deceitful, it's two things. Either people have always deceived you, or you're a deceitful person, and so you're like, I don't trust people because I know I can't be trusted. If I can't trust me, I can't trust you, right? Example. But everyone would look at my name and be like,
La Foca a su madre? I love you, motherfoca.
everyone would assume correctly that I am a Sonic fan. But to assume that that's the only Sega thing I enjoy, like when Wonton and Kaiser came over, and and they saw my Genesis collection sits at. If you look at my TV stand, I have a Sega Genesis with all my Genesis games up. My Dreamcast is up, and my Switch is barely sitting on my stand. Right, it's like hanging off a little bit because my display room is more important than my console room. And
I love that.
yeah, but that to me is the extent of like I say I'm a Sega fan because I genuinely enjoy all things Sega. Whatever you believe as far as ethics of the company, like I say, you could be a Nintendo fan without having to be a fan of, or you could be a fan of Nintendo without being a Nintendo
If my
fan.
name was David and I had a boy, I would have to name him Harley.
I think I know what you mean.
That way he could introduce himself. I'm Harley,
It,
David's son. I'd make a steak joke here,
Like a
but those
fan
are
of
a
the
rare
stuff
medium
without
well done.
necessarily being a fan.
A
of
man
it.
walked into a hardware
what you
store
mean?
and picked up a can of fly spray. Is this good for wasps? He asks the assistant. To which she replies, no, it kills them. I'm a very good javelin thrower, I just
Don't like
to
to
throw
throw it out there. Oh, very good. What is this? Hold on. And then you're messaging me now too? Hold on, bro. Let me look at this. The first time I've ever actually got a notification from that app.
試合終
Oh,
了
see, look at that. Look at all that tight shit. Hold on. What do they got there? Is this at the, that collection place that's right by, like in Fullerton or something? Sonic on the Game Boy is such a bad game. It's all Nintendo stuff. I feel lied to. Oh. No, but yeah. I think that, what's it called? I lost my train of thought. Take it in a positive way. At least I didn't pick planes. No, but you still did the stupid T-28 thing, so 2 wrongs don't make a right there, kiddo. I'd rather play on planes. At least I could just drive around aimlessly. I hate using Dream Tank Park because I hate moving around in it. Like I just feel like I'm gonna hit a wall, so what's the point? Then you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna get shot from a distance. It's, you know. Planes, at least I'm in the open. We can all see each other. But no, whatever. Sora, what map do you want? Oh, yeah, I meant to order lunch. Wir schaffen zusammen. Siege tagelang. Wir schaffen zusammen. Nicht allein. Is it in plain view? Shh. Stupid. That was such an easy one. For you, I hate you.
What?
No, homies. One of my homies from work, he's really good at fucking puns. Like, really good at dad jokes and stuff. Du hast mich. Yeah, sorry, go ahead and pick your map. What was I even, like... But yeah, like, all the clips I've ever seen of VTubers have been about the same. And it was never by choice that I would see them, so it's not like it's actively something I was, like, scrolling through to find content. It was just what would pop up is obviously that popular or like the boosted content, right, that they want to spread out to random people to be like, draw them in. And I'd always look at it like, eh. And then all the people I knew that were fans, anything they'd post or any of the content they'd reference was always either racist, stupid, brain rot, or like cheap grabs at like sexualized content or something. I'm like, bro, it's so dumb. Like to me, it's not humorous to be like, hi, you are all my fans and you are simps and you will bow to me and you will love me. And I'm like, nah. I'm not here for that. Like, it just sounds stupid.
No thanks.
It's not a jab at, like what you like, enjoy the content you enjoy. Don't let me be the deciding factor, and don't let me, because anybody can be the difference, bro. You can be a good VTuber. You can be a good Sonic fan. You can be a good brony. I don't care. Like, it doesn't have to be things I liked. In fact, I had a an ex-girlfriend that was super into a long time ago. My Little Pony
It's so
anime
not humorous,
and
especially when you lack
like a funny bone. Shut up. You know what game I always wanted to play on Genesis? Independence Day. They made an Independence Day game for the Genesis? No fucking way. Also, yeah, go get your Bavaria jersey, bro. I don't know. But wait, and I used to say things. One match I have to go off. It's almost okay. Pick a map. Pick a map. Pick a map. Take it. Forest. Oh Jesus. Oh, you can't listen to Toyful lead. I like how I got Toyful lead twice. We can't listen to that on the YouTubes.
9.
But yeah, they're super into that stuff. I always said things constantly, like, it's bad for you. It would turn you into this kind of person, you know. And obviously, that's not the kind of positive things you say to somebody about that kind of stuff, but it's who I was. I was always that kind of person. I would just say semi-terrible things because, to me, I thought I was promoting the growth in the person. Like, I'm looking out for the best. So I'm saying these things as a sort of like, I don't want you to fall into the same people that I've seen who do bad things.
Right.
Little did I know later on we'd talk and they were like, it affected me. I felt like you were belittling me and it didn't make me feel. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to sound that way or be that way. And they had the chance to grow into a normal person with a normal liking for that stuff. In my personal opinion, they did exactly fall down the trap that I said they would. They did become the exact kind of person that would be into the stuff to that really bad degree. Not really, really bad, but just like enough where I was like, see? Nah, prove my point. Which, never do that. Never prove my points because then I just get disappointed. But... Huh?
He's down the main road.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm gonna do a sneaky little sneak so I can survive. Well, the worst part is we can just see each other this whole game. Like, it's not gonna... These are a lot of the things that can be changed. You know, you never have to follow the same line as everybody else who like ends up liking these things, or you know. Am I not gonna be able to? Hello? Okay, game fucked me over.
Damn.
Twice.
Damn.
Yeah. Is what it is though. 6-inch. Was I only getting a 6-inch? Okay. More to get a sandwich or something. I don't know. I'm hungry. Where's that nacho thing they came out with? I'll try that. Oh, my bad. Sorry, not to give dead air to this topic. But I do think that there are people who can do good in communities, or you know that it is possible for a community to. I did not mean that. I love auto aim. I'm just gonna say for the record, when we were playing a game where everybody was playing normal, we came out on top. It is proof of the mechanic being your your skill.
I agree.
That was underhanded. I apologize. that was totally just dirty and mean, but like, I deserved that comment. But yeah. So don't let me, by saying I'm overgeneralizing on purpose, be like that's who I am. I overgeneralize on purpose, and because definitely I think there are the potential for the good people to show themselves. It's just all you see in my book on the surface of people who aren't in this already. Because people who are in said communities will always be like, oh no, see, there are the good ones, you have to look for them. But that's the thing, I'm not looking for them already, so it's not going to be something I'm going to be like, well, let me go find them because I'm not interested in the content. You're trying to sell me the content, right? And how are you gonna sell me the content if I already don't really care for what it offers potentially? So now you're doing a poor job selling it. Great, see? Don't worry, guys. I spawned it. I pressed the button. And so, because for me, like, I think Sonic games have rocking soundtracks. I think the gameplay is pretty fun. I don't fall into the category of most because there's a specific type of person that people say are easily attracted to those games. I am not in that bracket, so I'm one of the, I guess, few that just exist in it. In the fandom, quote unquote. Not really being in the fandom, but I've just never seen anything come out of it. And so, you know, it's not hard for me to believe that there's loads of drama and just BS behind the scenes in those communities. All of them, not just the one. But I mean, okay, so with all that in mind, though, do you still choose to be a part of, like, do you still consider yourself one? Do you still try to be one?
A VTuber?
Yes.
No.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, I've removed VT from most of my names.
No kidding.
Yeah. For those reasons. Oh, hi. Well, this is certainly interesting. Are you seeing this, Sega?
Unfortunately, no, I'm not near you.
I was on top of his tank.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that makes Siho a bottom, confirmed.
Hey, yo.
Your Y button won't save you here, kiddo. Yeah, it's the healing mechanic, imagine. Ugh. Well, is what it is.
It is
What it is.
Indeed.
Oh, I meant to... How do I have 3 pings? Oh, my bad.
Oh, is he leaving?
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Good night. Yeah, man, have a good night. Thanks for showing up. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it's almost midnight. It is past midnight there, actually. I
Yes,
forgot.
sir. But yeah, it was a good time. Despite the comments, don't take it all. You know what I love is that Joel has that my honest reaction kill me picture. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Or does he know? It's a question for another time.
Does he know?
Does he know?
That is-
Do I know?
It is-
Do we know? Do you know? Does anyone know?
No one knows.
But interesting though that you backed out of that. It's no longer Nakama Sora VT. It's actually Nakama Sora Yukari. Or is that phase done too?
The Yukari phases is never truly done.
You know, it's hard to argue that one. Give me 1 second. I just gotta be right back.
I gotta use the restroom too. I'll be right back as well. Are you there?
Deutschland, du Land der Treue, o du mein Heimatland, dir schwören wir aufs Neue, Treue mit Herz und Hand. Strahlend erstehst du wieder, herrlich nach banger Nacht, jubelt ihr deutschen Brüder, Deutschland ist neu erwacht. Hakenkreuz, Fahnen, schwarz, weiß und rot, grüßen und malen, seid getreu bis zum Tod. Deutsche, seid Brüder, reicht euch die Hand, heil unserem Führer, heil dem Vaterland.
Sorry, it's gonna be a little longer than I expected.
No worries. No worries at all.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Just yeah, hold on. Ooh, man, my room is spicy right now. Sorry, I'm almost done. Sorry.
You're all good, man. I am not in any rush. I am chillin'.
I cannot begin to tell you how ripe it is right now. Holy shit, Sora. So, look. I went and, I hope I got the right sandwich. I just realized. I just kind of blindly ordered. Are you there, Sora, by the way? Like, or am I talking to myself?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm here.
Ordered a sandwich from Subway. And,
Ooh.
yeah. But I didn't even check if I got the order I get or the order somebody else gets. I got someone else's order. Fuck. It's not bad. It's just there's no olives. There's no tomatoes. Which I like. Yeah.
I love olives.
Me too.
Finally, something we share a taste in.
Yes, sir. Usually, I got a foot long. That's why I was surprised. Like a 6-inch pre-made or pre-done on my thing. Like, oh, previously ordered. So I was like, oh, cool. Easy. I only wanted a 6-inch. I should have known I never ordered 6-inch, so this would not be built to my specifications. It's what my mom gets. Which is fine, because it's still edible. But it's not as enjoyable. Alright. Shall we do another match?
Let's shall.
Alright, so you can pick the map, but not only that, you can pick what tank I use. Besides the Churchill.
I love that that's the requirement.
I refuse that, and I refuse the T-28. I'm not a fan. It's too slow for me.
Understandable. I would never make you use either of those because I don't like using either of them as well. There's only one time I use either of them, and that is the Churchill. When I'm on a open flat map, such as
Planes?
No, like the tiny fucking, what's the tiny map? With the mountain. That's the fucking dual.
Amusement park?
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Amusement park is really the only place I will use a Churchill because you can sit in the middle and just spin. And that is the only time it is enjoyable to play. Every other time, I don't play it because I don't like it. That is my prognosis. Is that the word? That's my prognosis on the Churchill. As for the T28, I never use it ever for any reason because I just think it sucks.
Well, clearly it doesn't
Anyway.
suck, but
Well, okay, depending on how you use it, it sucks. The way that he uses it is not the way that I want to use it, therefore I do not play it, because I do not want to play it that way.
fair enough.
Anyway, I digress. I mean, the thing is, I'm not mean. Like, I would just be like, play a Hetzer, or like...
Nah, go ahead.
I did.
Pick any tank. I don't care. I can't decide anyways,
Any
so.
tank? M4 Sherman.
Just the default Sherman?
Yeah, the default.
On what map?
How about Hills? That's where the American music plays, so why not? I wonder who you... Oh, Erica. Interesting.
Yeah, wait till you see my tank.
But interesting. It's, is it like a Panzer IV? Except not.
Except not. Funny.
A Panzer IV, except...
God, I think I pierced my fucking throat swallowing the nachos right now.
Oh god.
Yeah, it hurts.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
有
It
利の
just
殲
like
滅戦
I'm gonna stab my
相手
throat.
の車
These
両を
shit.
撃破し殲滅ゲージをゼロにしたチームの
I
勝利
hate,
に
I fucking hate when that happens.
試合
Um,
を始めます
I'm gonna say something I don't normally ever say. I don't usually talk about the ladies in the show this way. But hold on. Preface, I'm not saying anything obscene. But the Ori outfits. I like the Ori outfits on everybody. I think I've always liked the color white as a clothing. I just think white to me has always looked very presentable, very clean, very.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very clean look.
But also, like when I would like back in the skate days, I wore a lot of white shirts. Which you're like, wow, you're gonna get them dirty, but like, I don't know, like baseball, we wore white undershirts and all. I always liked white as a
敵車両発見
as a clothing option. Not necessarily like shoes. I don't know. To me, that screams grandpa. Or pants, like I don't know, doesn't scream. But shirts. I've always liked white shirts. They just always seem so like. I don't know. It always looked good, and I guess maybe part of it's because I live in California, so you like it matches the California sun and the bright like I don't know. But yeah, as a clothing, I've always liked it. It's always been appealing to me. It looks good. So I don't mean it in the sense of eye candy. I just mean it in the sense of like.
やるじゃない
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you mean, man. I agree. I like white clothing. It's very nice.
To me, like
There's
a
really
white
not
shirt
another way
with
to put it.
black pants, like the black Vans pants that I wear, and a white shirt. Actually, kind of what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing a white Pearl Harbor shirt and my black Vans,
Oh,
but
装
that's
填
nice.
完了よ
yeah. And I tell you, at the time, I almost took that with me as a shirt option to wear in Japan because like I need light colored shirts, and this is like one of the few
角度が悪いのよ
white shirts I still have.
Oh, is it hot there?
In
I guess
Japan,
it probably does get pretty muggy. Yeah.
it was the middle of September, so yes, it was pretty warm.
This is quite unfortunate.
聞いてるわよ
Yeah. You know what? Here, now that your treads are damaged, I'll let you look at my tank. What do you think?
狙われているわよ
I see. It's like it's like a Tiger 2, but well, yeah.
That's
Tiger 2,
correct.
but
Tell
not-
him what he's won, Johnny.
M4A1 シャーマン行動不能
Did I win death? That seems to be what I won.
Yeah. And a brand new 1967 wagon.
My mom's knocking on my door.
Tell her said hi. Wait, I'm going. Enemy territory. Oh no, the music. I've been playing without it. It's not Christmas. Katusha na visoki berg na krtoj Vychadila na Katusha na visoki berg na krtoj Vychadila biznizada dila Prastupno parsisava ava Pratavo Pratvolavaju vila Pratavo Go away! Leave me alone! I'm scared! I'm in danger! Yeah, I really think I messed up my throat right now. Also, at some point when I finish this sandwich, I have to go to the market real quick. I'll just be like,
That's all good. I actually might leave for getting some ice cream in a bit.
nice.
So,
Oh, perfect timing for us to...
yeah. Actually, I'll let my parents know because they wanted to come see me to see if I still wanted ice cream. Let me know when you're headed to the store, and that's when I'll get ice cream.
Well, if you want me to just do it after this map so you can go get your ice cream now, and then maybe when you get back you can still hang out.
That'd be good. That works. I feel like all of my shots are missing.
Apparently not.
Well, not that.
Every other shot.
Every shot but that one.
Do me a favor. I want you to play a certain way. Press the Y button.
Yeah.
I want you to just try it with that. I want to see how it works out for you. Just keep it on. Just for at least this like life bar. Just want to see if it changes anything for you. Well,
M4A1 シャーマン行動不能
No. The problem is you're hosting, so the Y button does almost nothing.
it's crazy how that is a factor. I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Erica as a character?
I like Erica as a character.
シャーマン75ミリ行動不能
Man, when I have time to aim, it's so much easier to kill you.
仕返しよ仕返し
Time is really important in battle, huh? Anyway, I don't know why I went on to that
敵車
tangent.
両発見
I like Erica as a character. I think she has a bit of an obsession
ちょっ
problem
と待ってやる
with
じゃない
Maho. I feel like
一時方向から砲撃を確
it's
認
like
狙われているわよ
worse than Katusha has with Nona. It's like an obsession.
Well,
Like
M4A1 シャーマン
Maho left and she could have cried, dude.
let me ask you something. How far have you gotten in Saga of Pravda?
Not that far.
Has Katusha and Nona
think,
already met?
Oh yeah, definitly.
So you saw the
I
arc
read
of
the part-
like them two becoming
I
friends.
think I just finished reading the part where they introduce Earl Grey. I think that's the part I
Ah.
just read.
That is a whole area that you will most definitely read.
I read the part where she talked in like an interview about Maho, and I thought that was really interesting.
Oh, the Erica part, where she thinks she's going on
Yeah,
TV.
the part where Erica was being like interviewed about Maho and the way she was like talking about Maho, and it was like showing Maho and Miho training.
Yeah. So let me put it this way, though. This is the reason I had asked that. To me, Katusha has a reliance on Nona because Katusha deep down knows their strengths and weaknesses, right? Katusha is smart, but Katusha is young at heart, right? Like everything they do, despite the fact they don't want to act like a child, they constantly do childish things, and Nona, encourages that behavior and
Right.
relishes in it. Whereas Maho and Erica's kind of dynamic is, I mean, you read it in a few other things too, but I don't know how canon you can get with it, but that Erica comes from a well-off family, right? And is very into the idea of discipline, but isn't very disciplined themselves. Constantly has crash outs, right? So their admiration for Maho comes out of the fact that Maho's a very strict person, very
Able to
To a,
do what
like-
she wished she could do.
kind of, because Maho's glued to a book, and that is structure. Maho doesn't. This is from an understanding. Obviously it's interpreted how each reader interprets things, but Maho comes off as, I do the Nishizumi style because it's my birthright, but not necessarily because it's my beliefs. I follow it because I have to. And she even mentions it in one or two places where it's like, she did it so Miho didn't have to do it. She took on this legacy so Miho was free to be their own person. Right, which in a way you've got to have a huge admiration for, is knowing ahead of time. Because, especially when you train with somebody for so long, you see the kind of person they are, right? Erica has a fondness for the Nishizumi style because she doesn't have to be a part of it. She doesn't see the taxation on the person, right? Until Das finale, where she's like, oh, I can't do it the way you do it. I keep having these issues where I can't do it the way you did. Maho's like, then don't. Find your own way. And Erica's like, well, cool, then I'll go back to when I was in training, I was really good at the Panzer III. And in one of the comics, it shows that, where
Really?
Erica-
I didn't know that.
Erica was a Panzer III pilot, and
Interesting.
or not pilot, but a commander for it. And so it's going back to her roots, what she's familiar with. The Tiger 2 is a legacy title. It's not, this is what you're good at. It's because of your position in this team, that's what you drive. Because I'm the Tiger 1, you're the Tiger 2 to my Tiger 1. It makes sense. Especially to be like, I'm the superior version of your tank. It's like, this is my status with Maho. Not only to the team, but to this person. So it's a fixation and reliance on, this commander has basically shaped my life because I was in a different, I was in a whole different field up until this point. I was doing different things. I was being different things. And now that I'm in tankery, now that I'm in this sport with this team, I need to be just like you because that's how I succeed. Took her forever to not realize that she needs that to succeed, right? Whereas Katusha is almost like an ignorance, right? It's like she knows she needs Nona, but Nona sees it as like, just I'm the one coddling you. And Katusha leaving feels that, on the outside is constantly portraying this, I don't need you, like, look at me, I'm going to bigger, better places. Where Erica's stuck on, like, what am I supposed to do? And once she did do what she was supposed to do, now she carries her own, right? But she also shoved everybody else out of the way to get close to Maho, because it was a position, it was a place to be. She wanted the status, because even when you see Erica's reaction to the Nishizumis arriving to Koromoramine, right? She has that kind of like, I hate those guys attitude. Like, look at them. They get the spotlight. They're these heirs to this glorious kingdom. So Erica's completely different than these people, but also admires specifically Maho's way of thinking. it's like an envy towards Miho because of Miho's carefree attitude and stray from that system, but Erika wants that system. So I think Katusha and Erika are different and aren't really too comparable to the lines of their other person, because Maho and Erika are kind of like, you know, a bat and a ball. You use the bat to hit the ball, to make the ball go places, you know what I mean? Whereas there's a synergy, I guess, with Katusha and Nona to make an all-star team, but it's a glove and a bat. They're both two opposite types of the game. Coming together, it forms the game, but they're separate because Nona's a sharp shot. She's tall, she's mature, and Katusha's never really seen shooting doing anything with the tank other than commanding it, 'cause she's the strategist, the mind, but doesn't have the strength or the skill of the other tankers. Right. So, I don't know. That was a long tangent that
No,
may
I
not
find
have.
it very interesting.
But as you read, and for a while I was not a big Katusha person until I read Saga of Pravda, and then I started to see them as a character. I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. They seem kind of like a character that matters, and they have a personality that are more than just what is portrayed. And I started to be like, yeah, I like this character. I don't know if it's FaZe Erika, because I think Erika switches the one where she goes to Ori instead. Kind of like that what if scenario. Like, because I don't know if you know this one, but the reason Miho goes to Ori is Erika tells Miho that she wants to fight her in Senshidou, and whoever comes out on top is the new vice commander, because she had a lack of faith in Miho's abilities after the whole incident, right? And if Miho lost, she had to quit Senshidou. If Erika lost, she would quit. So Miho purposely loses while looking like she's actually fighting. And Maho sees right through it, and Erika sees right through it, saying, you know, you weren't doing your best. You weren't actually fighting. And Miho's like, because I don't want to actually do this sport. I don't want to be in this. This isn't me. Right? And then, so there was a what if Erika is the one that went to Ori instead book, and that was cool. But I think FaZe Erika is the one that talks about, like, Erika's first year in Koromoremine, how she cuts her hair to match the Nishizumi style. And,
Really?
yeah. So that one's a whole manga in itself that I think is worth reading. But I do think that Saga of Pravda is probably my favorite as far as an expanded form of the series. Even like Ribbon Warrior does some things, but it's like the post show, where this one's kind of like what builds up to the show, what makes these characters who they are. So I like that because I like backstories just slightly more than I like continuations of stories. Like, I want to know more about the character before I know what the character does after this. Because you could just tell me, oh yeah, Miho went and opened up a flower shop. And I'd be like, oh, that's cool. But then to go into the back of like, well, Miho didn't want to do Senshidou. She seemed like she was interested in flowers. And now she does flowers. Cool. But she was really good, so I don't get it. This whole time, she was looking like she was getting better at Senshidou and was getting more comfortable in it again. But then you read the backstory, like, oh, there was a lot of like internal problems that really made her not like the sport. That makes so much sense, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like a whole family issue, but then you also see like, her mom does care. Her mom's not a bad person. Maho's not a bad person. You see these all in the mangas that you don't see. But you also see Katusha's fear of Maho by watching or reading that book, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
I really need to read more of it. It is very interesting.
I truly think so.
I think it's a very underrated manga.
1,000%. But, alright, man. You gonna head out and get your ice cream?
I am.
Alright, well, you enjoy your ice cream?
I will be back after that. Do you want to get back after that, or? Do you-
Yeah, we could totally do that. Just yeah, let me know. I'll stay in
Alright.
VC then.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will also do that.
Cool. I'll see you in a bit.